Good morning to each and every one of you, my friends, my family, the Man United legends, all of you guys, big up and good morning. I hope you are well. I hope you're enjoying your morning. I know you're not because I am not. It's a frustrating morning. I crashed out yesterday, guys, but you know what? Let's get into the show because, hey, what, guys? Crashing out is not going to help it. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everyone in the building. Big up to Ricardo Pereira. Big up to Kenny Fan, of course, bro. Onana must have fabricated the time. Must have been Onana. Big up to Joe Blackman in the building. Big up to Hayden Pro. Yo, great one. Shout out to you, legend. I really messed up the settings at the time. I was so mad last night, guys. I'm sorry I didn't do an extra stream last night, guys. But let's get into some of the news this morning. Let's do it quick and fast. Let's not waste your time. I already had you guys waiting a long time already. My sincere apologies. Now, let's get into some of the news. And as you know, knee-jerk reactions are expected. It's the bare minimum of Manchester United, guys, because guess what? We just lost a very embarrassing game. And we had an embarrassing performance before that. We actually won at the end. So now is the time for the Glazer knee-jerk. And guys, I'm telling you, it's coming. Because here's the news. Manchester United make verbal offer to sign Victor Osimhen. Is this true? Guys, typical Glazer behavior. But let's get into the story. You know what I mean? As Manchester United reportedly made a verbal offer to Napoli to sign Victor Osimhen, according to Turkish journalist Kagan Dursun. And the Red Devils offered 70 million to bring the Nigerian striker to Manchester United. The report suggests that Napoli officials have traveled to Istanbul recently to secure Osimhen's commitment to the club, but their efforts were unsuccessful. While Osimhen is tied to Napoli, he reportedly has an exit clause that could facilitate a move in January. Of course, guys, there's not much more than 13 days left, and it's going to be crucial. This clause does not limit his potential destinations, making it possible for any club to negotiate a transfer if they meet Napoli's financial demands. United's interest comes amid a broader need for a reliable goal scorer. Manager Ruben Amorim is under pressure at this point to address the team's attacking woes, and Osimhen's profile aligns with United's requirements, apparently. And guys, Rasmus Højlund has not showing the promise. Joshua Zirkzee has started showing some promise, but they do not possess that prolific goal-scoring, ability that Man United needs right now. However, they are developmental, so maybe they might get there, but we need it right now. And according to this report, Arsenal is also monitoring the situation of Victor Osimhen. Are Man United really going to get into this transfer window? Is it going to finally begin? Of course, there's other news coming out. And guys, I know some of you are going to laugh at me, but it seems like Antony is set for an exit with the loan deal almost completed to Real Betis. I guess I was wrong on this one. I was expecting the Brazilian to stay, but I guess after his inability to convert that chance on a plate, it was set in stone that maybe he needs more game time and maybe he needs to leave the club to get that game time. The Brazilian was introduced on as a substitute during Man United's defeat to Brighton in the Premier League. However, it's expected to be his final involvement for the club this season. Antony has struggled to make an impact since his £82 million arrival from Ajax in 2022, a high-profile signing from former manager Erik ten Hag. He previously worked at Ajax. The 24-year-old has failed to replicate the form showing in the Eredivisie and has scored just 5 league goals in 2.5 seasons in the Premier League, although he has not played or was dealing with a lot of mental health issues in Season 2, depending on a situation he had in Brazil. Now, Fabrizio Romano has revealed that Real Betis are now nearing a deal to bring the Willer to La Liga. A verbal agreement between both teams is done, and the loan move is expected to be finalized in the coming days. Real Betis are currently 7th in La Liga and pushing for a European qualification under former Manchester City manager Manuel Pellegrini. Now, it will be interesting to see what happens there. Of course, there's no option or obligation to buy in that clause, so it certainly means that he will be returning to Manchester United in the summer. Will that lead to a summer move, or will that lead to be a reintroduction into the squad? I think that's solely based on his performance at Real Betis. It's going to be interesting, guys. HR fabricated the time, bro. They did me wrong this morning. Big up to Mark Sam in the building. INEOS and the Glazers should be working in a circus in the USA, and I totally agree with you. Big up to you, my brother in the building. Nick Hale is coming in. INEOS and the Glazers have a circus in the UK, and we speak. It's called Manchester United. We got plenty clowns at this club. 100%. 100%, guys. I told you guys, bro, and I didn't really want to be talking about it like that, bro. And you know me, guys. I don't like to bash the players, but I really never had faith in Andre Onana. And last season, guys, we crashed out of the Champions League because this guy had butterfingers like the BB jazz player. You know what I'm saying? And it was one of those things. It was looking like Humpty Dumpty every time this dude fell. He cracked. Every time a shot hit this guy, it cracked straight through his defenses into the back of our net. It trickled there at times. It fell in there at times. It rolled in there at times. It was pushed in by him at times. And guys, I know he has had some good performances, but right now, I'm telling you, that is not the guy. Get rid. I'm telling you now, I'm crashing out on this guy because I am tired. I am tired of seeing these poor efforts go into the back of our net in situations where we need a strong hand, where we need someone to be doing a big thing for United, and that's just their job, what we're paying them to do. Stop the shots. I don't even want to be shouting this morning, guys. I'm just so upset. Morning to you, Madhouse, and morning to everyone from Madhouse in the chat. These guys failed their probation rather quickly, already moving like criminals again, says Vegeta. Brother, sorry, I know, bro. You know how it goes. I did co-stream to your stream. It was a mega stream. You might want to chop it up, and release some shorts on that. But it's on your channel, bro. I did the watch along. You know what I mean? I got your back all the time. Big up to you, homie. I crashed out on Onana before we signed him. Madhouse, we all knew that this was not the main signing we wanted to replace De Gea. We all knew this. But as the agendas must agenda, they'd link a player who played for Erik ten Hag and said he must have wanted this guy. But they failed to let everyone know that Erik ten Hag was the same guy that booted that guy out of Ajax years ago for bad consistency. And while he did bring him back and try to work with him, we have seen it. We blamed Erik ten Hag for these players week in, week out for the last season. And I told you guys, it was not him. It was these bums, these bastards, these guys who don't want to work hard. And I'm not saying this at Antony, to be fair, but he has not delivered as well. So they all have to hold it as a team. As a team, we've not been good at all, guys. We've not been good at all. And that sentiment is shared by the captain. And of course, a lot of us will say, he's not the guy. He is not good enough. But what I would say to you guys is that he is the best of the bad bunch. At the same time, I think playing with such a bad bunch for the last 5 years has dropped this guy's level. He is one of the best players for Portugal. Better than Bernardo Silva, better than most of the rest of the players who play in the Premier League for Portugal. This guy is one of their biggest players, guys. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you guys, if we put better players around this guy, we will see a better performance in that midfield. We would see more of it, what we want to see. And I can tell you, Bruno is always honest. He doesn't shirk. This is a guy that saw this same INEOS decide no one is going to the FA Cup final as promised, as we always traditionally done. And he went to pay out of pocket and force their hand. But yet he still gets the most bashing. Oh, what can I say? He is the face. He is the captain. He has to hold it as a leader. Whether right or wrong, he has to hold it as well. The only thing I want to say to you guys right now, I back Ten Hag. And it looks like I may have been wrong or I may have been right. But we need to back AMORIM. They brought this guy in and they cannot be allowed to hang him out to dry. This cannot be another top manager that comes to the club that we allow these incompetent owners to hang out to dry and be scapegoats. Because that's what they are, scapegoats. Look at where You know, guys, I'm not even crashing it on Marcus Rashford, but he has all this talent, all this ability, and look at where he is. 7 or 8 games down the road, gonna be about 8 on Thursday. Not in the squad. Our highest paid player, our most senior attacker, and we are struggling for goals. And we are struggling for goals. Yo, this is a madness, guys. I'm telling you, the whole team needs to hold an L. It's the most disappointing situation I've ever seen in my life. We have lost, sure. I really despise David Moyes for his seasons on United after receiving, winners and taking us to 7th. I thought we could never go lower. Even finishing 8th with Ten Hag didn't feel as low as that because you know what? They were winners. And they became losers. But today, after last night, despite all the shenanigans with the refereeing in the Premier League, we have seen it week in, week out. 20 games now plus. These guys should be used to that shit. Used to it, guys. Trust me. Man, you can't not have all these referees doing the same thing and it phases you again. You should expect it from these mugs because those mugs are mugging us off. And guys, it looks like the fan base who did not want INEOS, they were right about these guys. Of course, they have made great decisions. Of course, the structure that they hired are professionals. But they still made mistakes in that because they signed a guy that we chased for 6 months. And he only lasted 6 weeks or 9 weeks or something like that. He was fired at a loss. You backed a manager despite everyone thinking you're going to sack him. And despite backing him 200 million in sales and purchases in that summer, you sacked him after 6 weeks. That could never be an intelligent move. Of course, you forced the guy you wanted, who everyone is thinking is the right guy to come. When he said end of season, you're ruining this guy. He does not deserve this. The fans did not deserve this. At least if the other manager was still here, we could still be mad at that, knowing we are going to get a reprieve in the summer. He's going. I back AMORIM. I hope the structure decides to back him in this January as well, because if Marcus Rashford goes, Antony goes, let's say Garnacho is sold as well, who's coming in? Is it just going to be Osimhen for 3 players and we're already short with a thin squad? The maths ain't mathin', guys. The maths ain't mathin'. Big up to Madhouse. We shouldn't sign the Chelsea geezer that managed the sale of Mount. Bro, how do these guys do it and we can't? And we're supposed to be the best English club in the world, bro. How are we so terrible at business? How do we do? It's like the weirdest thing. We had bankers before who overspent, and now we have the best in class who have to sell before they buy anything. It's crazy. It's about time Bruno cuts loose, says Josh, and speaks on this club. You're like me, Samuel. I'm wishing that Ronaldo and the Sheik should come rescue Man United, because this nonsense that we're dealing with right now, bro, it feels like the world is ending for me, guys. I'm telling you. I told you INEOS will need to open the purse to buy out contracts to send proper messages. Take the financial L and build a new squad properly. Survive the season. Can't even do that. We are always in agreement with that, but Vegeta, we know that these guys not going to do that, bro. They're ducking taxes in Monaco. Why are they going to spend extra out of pocket? Sean Jagdeo says, I back AMORIM. It's well known that he didn't want to come mid-season, but INEOS insisted on bringing him in when they probably should have left Van Nistelrooy, bro. If we were Van Nistelrooy in charge, we probably would have been in 16th. I promise you. I promise you. If Van Nistelrooy was in charge, we would be no better than Leicester. I'm telling you. If you look at Leicester's games, they were playing better football before he got there, bro. I'm just telling you. Yeah, they should start off 100%. INEOS has been a disaster since their takeover. Major foul up in the summer with Ten Hag and not wanting to back AMORIM in January. Now, yeah, Sean, what I can say is that if when you make a decision, you have to go behind that decision. You can't just quit midway. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys that think that, if they sacked Ten Hag in the summer, I would have backed it, whether I liked it or not. But it would have given a manager the time and the tools to start a job in the right vein. We're not even allowing these things, but we're expecting the best. It's crazy. Ryan Cherky, 22 million euros. Are we going to go get that guy? 22 million euros. That's 15 million pounds. That's the same price as Malacia cost us, guys. Not too much different in price. Maybe it's the exact price that Malacia cost us. Are we going to go into this guy? Or are we going to make excuses? And this guy is a 10. He fits into that 10 role immediately. He's not the quickest guy, but he's very technical. And he can pass the ball really well. Big up to Nick Fadley in the building. It's time to do another protest and stop buying merchandise, season tickets, and boycott outside the stadium. It's time to walk out. Guys, honestly, I'm seriously rethinking going to the game on Thursday. You don't know. I got to fly from Germany. I got to get about 4 in the morning to get there. You know what I mean? And, it's a bunch of drama, bro. And I'm like, why should I even go? And guys, I'm the most positive optimist when it comes to Man United. But the confidence I have in this guy is killing me right now, guys. It's diminishing my confidence in the team. And I feel like some of the players in the team, they feel at the same time diminished when they look back and they know they can't trust this guy. They might be great friends, and that's awesome. They might be really cool, and that is great. But the reality is, I don't think they trust this guy. Look at what happened to Mazraoui yesterday, guys. That guy crashed into the crossbar. Why should he be crashing into the crossbar, guys? He was fighting to the last moment, and this guy backed out of the challenge. The guy who comes out and says, I have a big ego. I can take it. I'm here to take bullets. Aim at me, not at the young guys. Why were you running away? Bruh, this is killing me right now, guys. You have no idea, bro. I'm sick. And I hate to be complaining about stuff, guys. This is the worst. And the manager said it yesterday, and I watched that, guys, and I was just like, how do we allow this to happen every time? Why do we embarrass these managers? Why do we do this? I'm so disappointed, guys, because you know what? We can get linked to whoever else, and that's amazing. But we actually need to see shit happen right now. Whatever they do now is a reaction. I want this to be clear, guys. Whatever Manchester United does right now is going to be a reactionary situation. It's not proactionary. It's not them being attentive to what we need. It's them reacting to the bad decisions or the indecisions that they've previously made. I want you guys to remember, do not forget it. Because they might go out now and spend 100 million. They might go out now, they might get a Victor Osimhen, or they might go get a Victor Gyökeres, a pre-agreement for the summer. They might sign 2 or 3 players, but now, at this current time, they should not be thanked for that. That is the bare minimum they should have done, that they were set to do when they promised Ruben Amorim to come to this football club. So when everyone gets excited about, you hear purchases in the next 48 to 72 hours, or you hear some moves happening and we're all excited, just remember, they're just covering the tracks and paper overing the cracks of the dumb decisions that they've made and the mispromises that they didn't intend to keep. And until they start doing the proactive things as a norm, they must be looked at under the microscope. We must not take our frustrations out on the players anymore. They are not the reason that they're here. They were bought by someone. They are facilitated by someone. They are ran and managed by someone. And I'm not saying AMORIM. I'm saying INEOS Glazers. These guys set the tone. They set the tone. And they said it mid-season. And they weren't honest when they said, yo, the new manager is going to take us to new heights. No, yes, he is in the future. But they wrote off the season when they sacked Ten Hag. They wrote it off completely. And they had to be prepared for us to be in free fall. Because, guys, when I said this, people thought I was crazy. People thought I was just loving on Ten Hag. But it was never about him. I'm a Man United fan in my heart, forever and ever. Amen. I'm telling you. And you all should be disappointed. You all should be frustrated. It's one of those things where, as positive as I am, I'm pissed off. They're taking the piss. They're treating us like we have no intelligence. Like we don't know what we're saying, that we have not been supporting this club for the better part of our lives. Some of us 30, 40, 50, 10, 20, 5 years, how much ever you support this club. Don't let them ruin your intelligence, guys. Come on. It's crazy to think where we are right now. The transfer window moves so far. Speak volumes. Nikhil, bro, there were so many potential deals we could have done and gotten done. Easy deals, and they just not doing it. I don't know, but the one thing I keep telling everyone is that we're in a rebuild, which is true. The most important thing I keep telling everyone is that it's going to be a difficult situation, no matter how. It's the word. It's like we need to see movements. We need to see things done. We need to see players sold. We need to see players bought. And whether they work or not, we need to keep doing it until we get the group of players that do. This is how football works. It's a specialty business. It's not like a manufacturing company where you get the raw materials for literally minus 100% of the cost, and then the manufacture and the refinement of these materials costs like 10% of the actual purchase cost or cost of the product, and then you mark up 100%. You know what I mean? This is not that, guys. You gotta, winning begets profit in football. You gotta win first. We're just so lucky that the fan base is so large, 500 million strong, that we are profitable, guys, because we have not been winning, and it's going on almost 14 years. At the end of this year, it will be 14 years. If I'm not mistaken, our last title was 2013. So maybe not 14, but 13 years. You know what I mean? A Prem, we haven't seen it. There's some of us and our kids that haven't seen us lift a Prem. Could you imagine that as a United fan? I could never fathom the day, because when I grew up, we always won. And if we didn't win this season, we won the next season. And you know what? We could always count on Man United to spank teams in the 90. It's like we're losing 2-0 halftime. Yeah, we're going to win that game 4-2. You know what I mean? You look at the Prem list and you watch the games and you're like, that's a win. Oh, 4-0 here, 5-0 here, 5-1, 4-1, 3-1 there. And you're almost guaranteed to be right. Now you can't even do that, guys. It's like the weirdest thing. We went from being class to cold. And I mean, cold is valuable when you need to be warm in the winter. You know what I mean? Oh, but what is happening with Manchester United, guys? What is really happening? It's far, you know, it's even worse when the new manager has to make that chilling assessment live. When he has to say what he had to say live, guys. How do we allow these things to happen? And I'm not, and it's so weird, guys. You know, we aren't the one actually allowing it, but we can't really do nothing to stop it. These players need to leave football before football leaves them. I mean, we could be philosophical, bro, but the reality is the Glazers need to set a tone of ruthlessness from the top. They need to do good business from the top. They need to buy players with that hunger and that desire. They have to stop buying these shirt sellers like Mason Mount. You know what I mean? Must be a United tradition to do nothing in Jan. It might have been a United tradition, my bro, but this is the problem, right? We were always that club that were winning in Jan. You know what I mean? We always went undefeated in Christmas. Not this year. So that's why we had that tradition of not buying in Jan, because by time January, in my years of watching Man United, we always were on top of the league or getting into that rich vein of consistent winning. So it was never that important for us to go into the market in Jan. But the times are different now. The times are different now. Because guess what? These different times, we're struggling going into Jan. So we can't continue with that suave ideology that we don't need to be buying in January. It's not our tradition. We should be keeping up traditions like our foundation, like our commitment to the ex-players for $40K a year that we can't seem to afford anymore under Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS. You know what I mean? And fans are telling me, well, we need to cut funding to get money for the club, but we just paid $30 million sacking a manager and a DOF that we just backed this summer. There was fanfare of best in class for the DOF. We backed this manager with almost $200 million this summer, but 6 weeks. How do you expect us to back these guys who are doing this dumb shit for more than 1 year? I mean, since they've came here, they've said nothing other than we're broke, we're broke, we're broke. Guys, they put out all these amazing PR about Manchester back in Manchester, and then they go and they got the club, they got the history, they are trying to kill our heritage, you know? And then they bring a manager in who's probably the right guy, and they're doing all the wrong things. Is Joel Glazer really running this club still? Or is it really Sir Jim? Is he just the face of this madness? Or is he really in charge? I don't feel like he was I'm honest to you guys, I'm not a Mank. I consider myself an international Mank though, you know, big up. But this guy, he can't be a boyhood fan, bro. He just can't. I'm pretty sure if any one of you were worth anything close to 15 billion pounds, just like me, you would take 1 billion and clear the debt and write it off. Because guess what? Football is it's about money, but it's all about passion. You know what I mean? Man United is the crown jewel of football in England. The crown jewel. And you're just letting it get dusted. Dusted in the dark. Like it has no value. Like people say $1 billion is a lot of money, but you could make $1 billion off of selling kits if you win a league. Just selling kits, I'm talking about. Not even adding sponsorships. We get 20%. Actually, we get 26%. But let's just say we get 20% of all Adidas kits sold. Right? Let's say that's, just for shits and giggles, £90. Let's say We have 500 million fans, give or take. We win the league. Everyone buys a kit. Do the math, guys. It's 45 billion. We get 20% of that. You could buy Manchester United with 20% of that money, bro. You could buy Manchester United with 20% of that money. Just think about it, guys. You can buy Manchester with 20% of that money if it's true. If there are reports online that United have the largest fan base in the world, close to 500 million strong. And like Compo Smurf is saying in the chat, you don't buy football clubs to make money. You end up here. We will be over 3 billion in debt with the stadium. You understand? And this is the most truest statement I've ever. I can't say it better than Compo said it there. Winning is what brings you profit in football, brother. Marquis Harris, my brethren, I'm telling you, bro. I think Onana needs investigating as well, because, brother, you cannot spill that. How can you not save some of those shots, guys? Can you tell me? How can you not? Like, I believe I can do it. And I ain't no goalkeeper. I'm not fit. I haven't trained in months. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I don't know, but this guy dunked us out of the UCL. It was no one else's fault that we got knocked out the UCL but this guy. We could secondarily blame Ten Hag for continuously playing him. But this guy is a criminal. He has to be a criminal for his crimes against Manchester United. He should go to jail. I'm telling you. There should be some kind of court that puts these footballers in jail or sin bin for 6 months. Bro, I hear you on De Gea, but bro, even De Gea would have stopped the first goal and at least the second goal, bro. There might not have been a third. Because De Gea got springs. He got springs on his legs. De Gea would have dove left, dove right. That dude moves like Bugs Bunny, bro. I mean, it's true in the last season he wasn't good. He was moving more like Daffy Duck, but at the same time, I think even Daffy would do a better job than this guy, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And I ain't even trying to be funny, man, because I don't like to make fun of these players, but these players are making fun of themselves, bro. The family still has way more voting powers than Jim, and they vote as a family. They are still in charge. They tell the INEOS what we can spend a year. 100%, bro. We need to stop buying this product because maybe it makes them too relaxed. They're stripping everything down. Get them out. It's time for the fan base to pull their money. We are falling apart, and I don't know what else is going to make us stand up, guys. 100%. Big up to Ruben Ricardo Diaz in the building, bro. Big up to you, my bro. Manchester United negotiating with Lecce to sign Patrick Dorgu. I was going to talk about that, Abdullah, but I'm just so mad, bro. Of course, bro. Bro, imagine, I know you all have seen Space Jam, the first one. You know what I mean? But before Space Jam, you remember it used to have the Looney Olympics? Brother, I feel like I was watching that last night. The Looney Tune Olympics. You know what I mean? Cartoon Network was legendary back in the day, you know. You know what I mean? Bro, there's some guys in the team moving like Elmer Fudd, but you know what I mean? You know, there's the... Sure, bro. The way Mazarawi stuck on that pole yesterday, I swore I was watching the Looney Tunes as well. And that guy was trying his best to defend it. And Onana backed out. He saw it and he backed out. He was like, nah. All you, bruv. Man's moving like Wildy Coyote. Ducking. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop endorsing this, bro. 14 more points to safety. Bro, I was rubbishing this. I was mad when I'm hearing guys talking about relegation. Bro, like, I could never even say it out of my mouth, bro. I'm telling you. So I was so mad seeing guys talking about we in a relegation zone with 28 games left, men talking about relegation. I was like, what the hell, man, talking, bro? Man, mad. But, brother, maybe I was the one, you know what I mean, moving like Yosemite Sam, saying it ain't so. Because here what I can say, you know, we could be in that battle with the way these guys are moving. And if this guy stays in the post, I don't know, guys. You know, the bozo moments, it's becoming more of a bozo guarantee. You know what I mean? Onana has to deal with playing behind many different defenders every game. He has no settled team. Brother, I don't care about that, bro. I don't care about that. That is mad. That is mad. You know why that is mad? Because this guy doesn't even do the basics that a regular goalkeeper does. He doesn't go at shots with two hands. He doesn't catch the ball. His whole entire, the way his fundamental goalkeeping setup is, it's poor. He doesn't even save shots like regular goalkeepers who are great shot stoppers. He's always like chesting the ball. What is he, a defender, my bro? His hands don't push the ball outside of the goal, bro. He doesn't punch shots, bro. He doesn't come for the crosses, bro. That is basics of goalkeeping. The basics. Brother, telling me about all these defenders, bro. Bro. Bayern there must start against Rangers, and he must start in the Premier League game after that, bro. This brother, I'm not saying he's the better goalkeeper, but he's definitely the better shot stopper, guys. Because I could picture Onana diving and saving that first goal, and I could picture Onana, I could picture Bayern there saving the first goal and the second. Far less, I don't think he would have spilled that shot. Bro, I would put money on that right now. He would not have spilled that third shot, bro. Like, how do you do that, bro? Bro, you can't be a goalkeeper number one if you don't have the balls fit, bro. Simple as. If you don't have the confidence fit, if you don't have the mentality fit, bro, you can't. Can't make any excuses there, bro. This guy is senior. He ain't 22. He ain't buying there. He ain't 26. Bro, he's got age, bro. He's a big man. A professional. Champions League semi-finalist, yeah? Brother, this guy played at Barcelona, Ajax, Inter Milan. You trying to tell me that he still need to learn how to save behind different defenders? That's wild, bro. That's wild, bro. What is our current best? Bro, I don't even know. I don't even know, my brother. Because, brother, in the last couple of weeks, man, them been chewing up Mazarawi. Man, them been eating certain man them for alive, bro. I hear a brother wanted 200K a week. Now, I guarantee you that's not true. But if you hear how the fan base thinks about this brother now and his performances ain't really helping him right now, you know what I mean? He's getting substituted for the likes of Toby Collier, bro. Wanting 200K a week. Should we be paying Toby Collier 150 then? Man them. Man them. Man them. Come on, guys. People are getting done on the fans. Do you think the players care on their mega contracts? I would play under 23s with a world-class keeper. Højlund is a bum. I wouldn't say Højlund is a bum, bro, but at the same time, yeah, he came for development and he should not be leading the line. That's a poor decision from the management in the summer, guys. The structure has to be blamed for Højlund right now because we didn't bring in a senior striker to take over from the guy to allow him to develop. We leaving him in the firing line to take all the punches. This is why young players don't develop at United, guys. You know, and I pray, and I'm telling you guys now, please, if God forbid our young star boy starts having a bad run of games, please, I beg you, do not complain about him. Because, guys, he still is not at his final destination. He's definitely got more levels to grow. You know what I mean? And when I say star boy, I'm not talking about Rasmus. And I'm not talking about Garnacho either. However, I still do think that they have levels to go up, but we should not be depending on either of them. They're not ready. I'm sure they could come in for moments and do good things because they have the talent, they have ability. But to be dependent on week in, week out, they're not ready. They are not ready. Big up to ULT in the building. AMORIM made the worst Man United in history statement on purpose to inform us that these players are not good enough and the owners are not doing nothing to help him out with the players. Brother, Ten Hag said the same thing at the beginning of the season. We are not ready to compete for the league, and everyone rubbish Ten Hag. And I told you guys he was right. AMORIM is right. And it's not that they're shit players, bro. Some of them are just not experienced enough. Some of them don't play with heart. And some of them, well, you know, they feel like they're better than the club. I mean, I don't understand. It's whack. MU concedes Mickey Mouse goals. You must wonder if we're in Disneyland. Of course we are. We're Disneyland Manchester United, my brother. It's the theater of dreams. And of course, we might be seeing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs coming in the next few games. Don't be shy of that, my brother. I'm not even making any joke about that, because when I go there on Thursday, if I go on Thursday, bro, the only reason I'm not, bro, I can't even say it, bro. I can't. It's not even funny to say the only reason we're not going to lose is because I have not seen us lose. Because I don't even want to say that, because then I go there and we lose to Rangers. Well, brother, bro, paint me green and call me a pickle, brother, because if that happens, I don't know. Yeah, bro, that would be wild. That would be wild. You know how wild that would be? VTech should be here. I'm telling you, bro. A proper GK owns and dominates his box mark. Madhouse, you know it, I know it, we know it, we've seen it. We've seen it many times at Manchester United. We've seen Van der Sar. We've seen Peter Schmeichel. We've seen De Gea at his best. We've seen Romero. What is these guys? What is this guy? He's not as good as any of them. Tell me the truth, guys. You know, this guy doesn't stack up to anyone. He doesn't even stack up to Tim Howard, and Tim Howard was shit. Or Barthez. Barthez, brother, he didn't spill the ball as much as this guy. He was wild, he was crazy, but he was a better shot stopper, I think, as well, in my honest opinion. Have to say this, Greenwood is a generational talent. He's worth 80 million now. United handled it wrong. Now shoot me down. Marky Harris, when I said it, Pig was mad at me. Pig was mad at me. Everyone was mad at me. This other person who has a YouTube stream, they kicked me out of a group because I said that. I said that very same thing. This kid is worth 100 million. We're going to sell him for 23 because of what? Because of what? He hasn't even been convicted. Bro, move on. We are not living his life. And this brother would certainly have brought us 15 to 20 goals already this season. I am so crazy. I'm not even moving mad, guys. We would not be in this shit if this young man was still in our team. And people could hate me for this, but this brother would have been the answer to our right-hand side all season long, since last season when we were lacking goals. We are lacking goals, and we give up our best attacking threat. Football is played on a pitch. It's not played on Instagram. Thank you to all of you who wanted our best attacking players gone. Thank you, because this is what we get. Struggling to score goals. I'm utterly mad right now. I'm telling you. Long couple years ahead, buckling people. When I told man we in a roller coaster ride, it's going to be interesting. He is damn right. ETH was right and Ralph was right. They are all right. It's these Muppets up top not doing the right things. Just get the managers what they want. Just get them who they want. If they want X player, you get that player, bro. Don't go get a next backup and spend 70 million and make the manager come out and say, oh, I always wanted both of them. No one believed that. I'm telling you. He didn't actually weaken every position, bro, because, I mean, De Ligt is better than what we had. I'd argue Matt Martinez is better than Lindelof as well. Maguire came back to his best under Eric Ten Hag as well. You know what I mean? We know he wanted Harry Kane, bro. This guy wanted this guy from Nice last season, Jean-Claude Todibo, to come in defense. He wanted other players to come in, and they got him other players as alternatives. He wanted Frankie de Jong, who definitely would have improved our midfield. But then they crashed out and they bought Casemiro for 70 million. Like, bro, we can't keep doing this to managers. They're going to do it to AMORIM too, and we're going to blame him for signings that he's made that he didn't want because they weren't his first choice. And of course, we could say that if you get this guy, you have to make it work. Bro, let me ask you all a question. If you have your specific system that makes you the most efficient at your job and someone comes and doesn't give you the tools that you need, how can you succeed? How can you succeed? I would say that as well, bro. It's a result business, right? We do selling more shirts than most clubs that win more than us, bro. And that's the weirdest thing. Results don't pay us anymore. It used to. We are so big now that we get paid regardless. We have bigger sponsorship deals that teams in the Prem that has won more than us recently, guys. Brother, utter woke nonsense. Every big club usually turns a blind eye with no conviction. 100%. 100 compost. People ask if it was Jack Will, if it was what? Who was this average player? Brandon Williams. If it was Brandon Williams, we would not have done this, right? If it was Brandon Williams, we would have just sold him. Brandon Williams doesn't have the talent. He doesn't win us games. We want the best players, not the average ones. We want world class, not just good enough. I don't understand the argument. Antony, here we go. Let's get that information here, bro, because yeah. Another one bites the dust. Another one. And they will bite the dust, I guess. Yeah, probably. Hopefully we don't bite the dust. Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy right now, guys. It's crazy. It's definitely a crazy situation right now. And look, there's the news. Antony has agreed to every detail. His move to Real Betis until the end of the season. Manchester United and Betis are set to seal the deal this week with a final round of talks. Here we go soon. I don't see any new thing on that, my bro. Hold on, unless I'm missing something. Agreement, here we go. Antony to Real Betis, here we go. 9 minutes here. Verbal agreement in place between all parties. Man United, 2 documents being checked. The time for travel and medical tests. United will let him leave on a loan deal with no buy clause. He'll formally be back on United in June. Antony, big up, bro. Go do your thing. Get some game time. Make yourself a starter. Score a bunch of goals. Get your confidence back. And hopefully come back and help us win the league next season, bro. That's all I could say. I mean, or get us 60, 70 million. Let's see. James Bond, what's good, man? How's GoldenEye doing? What do you have up? What's your next plan? You know what I mean? Spectre business. I haven't seen you since, man. You know what I mean? Look at what Benzema has been up to during his career. 100%. AMORIM probably will walk, bro. He's giving me the vibe. But you know, I mean, I don't think he will walk, you know. I think he's here I think he wouldn't mind taking the time to do it, but we got to back him, bro. As a fan base, we got to support him through the darkest, because if we don't support this guy through the darkest, it's going to be a dark time. It's going to be a tough one for him. He might not last if we don't support him as the fan base. So we must, at all costs, kill any sort of movement that is trying to get him out, because it must get worse to get better. 100%. Without creditable and first-class GK, MU will not go anywhere. Must solve the GK position first. Very, very important. 100%, Jack. Jack, we all wanted Diego Costa. including Ten Hag, but we were left with, guess what? Not him. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know, 10 million euros or 15 million euros was the difference between Diego Costa and Andre Onana. And I'm telling you guys, if it was me, we'd have had Diego Costa or someone else. You know what I mean? I just feel like they just keep making some weird decisions. You know, it's just weird. Jonas Ubig from Cologne, but we desperately also need a left wing back. Yeah, he's a nice player, bro. Like I see him regularly, you know. Antony goes, no one coming in, classic rag and bone. Man, they will gut the club. 100%, bro. They're trying to do this on the bare minimum. Minimalist budget, man. Minimalistic budget United. That's what's happening. Betis believe it. I'm telling you, bro. If he does get 25 GA in La Liga, I'm gonna be shameless still, bro. I'm telling you. Nah. RA doesn't care. If the owner spends 80 million or 20 million, he understands the club situation. But he said yesterday, I'm not naive. He's giving messages you have to read between the lines. Of course, bro. He's not naive. He will do it with the youth, bro. But he's just letting the club know, I'm going to do it my way. So it's either you're going to back me to do things my way, or, bro, you don't do it at all. You know what I mean? He's got the backbone, bro. The dude's got the cojones to be the Man United manager. Talk about a great white in shallow waters, bro. You know what I mean? If INEOS thought that they were sharks, they must be tigers, bro, because they ain't the great white, bro. This dude is going to eat them alive. Trust me. I'm telling you. Godspeed to Antony. I would play the under 18s next game for shits and giggles. Bro. Some more guys are going to get dropped out of the squad, you know, and people keep talking about he's not exiled anyone. He's just done it in the nicest possible way, I'm telling you. Let's wake up to the fact that we're a badly run club that is using PSR and FFP to hide incompetence. The squad is the problem, not the individuals. And removing players and bringing in players is the way. Bro, how many times have I said this, LT, and everyone tells me I'm crazy. Everyone tells me I'm chatting shit. They call me fabrications. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you guys, we need to wake up to that. We've been badly run for so long. It's not the fault of the players, really. Some of them, yeah. But some of them, they just don't have the mentality to be a Manchester United player. And some of them, they might have the mentality, but they might not have the ability. Like Scott McTominay. That guy, he didn't have all that ability, but he had that mindset, that winner mentality that he would come out, give 110,000% when he got his minutes. And trust me, the guy looked like the road runner in moments, and in some moments, he looked like the hero. You know, sometimes, you know, like that guy Yamcha, you know, who looks like Goku. He does similar moves, but on a smaller scale. That's McTominay, bro. He is that ultimate side character, that backup guy, that sidekick that could come in and just do the right job at the right moment. You know, we need some main characters. And I'm keep telling you guys, we don't want Marvel Avengers. We want the DC heroes. These guys save the day. Marvel Avengers always fight in revenge because they could not win the battle. So they have to win the war. But you know what I mean? So let's forget being marvelous. Let's be DC heroes, guys. Let's forget Marvel and go straight back to DC. Factory settings. Real superhero setting business. You know what I mean? I genuinely think the loan deal is useless, letting Antony pay up with Ahmad. But you know what I mean? I might think that, you might think that, but apparently the club does not think that. Let's see how they go, bro. Like, they moving mad. If Todd Bowley owed us in this situation, I bet we'd be spending money. Brother, Todd Bowley spent $1 billion, gang, bro. $1 billion in players. Imagine if we had actually spent $1 billion in the right talent, guys. Where would we be today? I'd say Surratt was a central casting character, fronting for the bankrupt brothers. Oh, my goodness. We were told by Ornstein we were okay with PSR now and don't have 10p sparing, apparently. It's going to be interesting, guys. It's a very, very cross-minded situation. I'm telling you guys. 1 second, my doorbell just rang. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Package is coming. Is the Glazers asking for 10p? Bro, people, I just wanted to clarify something. Everyone thinks that Sir Jim just invested 89 million pounds into the company, into Man United. Well, that's not true. Actually, he bought shares from the Glazers. 800,000 is what actually made its way into the club. And of course, what can you really do at 800,000? I mean, you didn't even want to pay 40k, you know, for the past players fund. So 40k spinning on the doorstep. Big up, guys. Bro, I thought it was gonna be maybe Victor Gyökeres and possibly the likes of Miguel Gutierrez, you know, coming in with some news that we're Man United bound, but it was just some tax bills, guys. Some tax bills. You know, when you're looking for some gifts and you have to spend, it's like Man United right now. You know what I mean? You're expecting a hard fought win, and you get an easy loss. It's the worst. It's like you're living in the Twilight Zone, guys, and you look around and you thought that was a pretty girl there, and then you look back and it's Medusa, and you are turning into stone. It's crazy. It's crazy business, bro. It's crazy business, bro. I don't know what to say about this transfer window, guys. Like, I've been hearing a lot of reports about a lot of creative signings that Man United could be doing and it could be making, but at the same time, we have not actually been enacting anything. And it's weird. It's weird. And I'm hearing a report right now that might not be too good for Marcus Rashford, guys. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but look at this shit right here. You know, I was about to talk about this the other day. Before I talk about anything else, let me just put this out for you guys, because guys, this is gonna get you mad. Just look at this. Excuse me. Just look at this, guys. Just look at this. Ansu Fati is back in the Barcelona squad as Dani Olmo is not available due to injury. You know what I mean? Tell me, guys. Tell me, what does this say about Marcus Rashford's chances of going to Barcelona? I think he's going to Dortmund. I think we're going to be paying half of his wages and sending him to Dortmund. So we're going to be paying half of two players' wages to send them on loan. Brilliant work, Man United. I feel bad for Man United legends having to watch that crap yesterday. Did you see the expression on Sir Alex's face, bro? Did you see the expression? My God. My goodness. Brother, if this happens, I am never buying a kit next season, King. I'm telling you now, I will not buy a kit if this brother wears that kit. I will never wear that kit. I'm telling you guys now, if Jonathan David is signed next season, bro, I'm not buying a Man United kit until he is sold. I'm telling you, I'm not wearing the same kit that this brother wears, bro. Nah, bro, I'm not having that one. Loan with no obligation to buy is BS, in my opinion. Ricardo Pereira, we should have kept him, bro. But you know what? Maybe he needs more game time. Maybe it might be a master stroke. Maybe he goes there, he gets into good form, good game time. You know, there's big interest coming in for him. Or he comes back into the squad and is ready into the team, because Real Betis plays a similar formation to what Ruben Amorim plays. It could be a master stroke. We haven't invested in a left back or a left wing back for 2 years. Well, brother, we haven't invested in a left winger for 10. Marcus Rashford, since he's been signed, we have never bought a left winger. Unless you want to consider Jadon Sancho, but of course, we've seen what happened with Jadon Sancho, guys. You know what I mean? There's no outstanding team in Europa. This is why I've been saying to everyone, we need to be focused on Europa. But everyone was laughing at me. You remember, Compost. Everyone laughed at me. I said we need to win the Europa League. Forget the league. And I've been saying this since the season began. Forget the league. Focus on Europa. Let's win the Europa. Get back in the Champions League so we could get money to spend again. And we improve the squad. And we keep it moving. Right? Let's win the cups and build up to winning the league. But everyone is like, no, we want the league. Of course I want the league, but right now we're not there. But we can compete with the lesser teams in Europe. In the Champions League even, we could get lucky in cups. We are good in cups. So let's win the cups and then win the league. Build. Let's start first. You know, you want a mansion, but before you could build the 3 stories, you got to build the foundation and then build the first floor first and make sure it's secure to take the weight of the next 2 floors in the house. You know what I mean? So it's like that for me. Winning the cups is like building the first floor on top of the foundation because you're preparing yourself to win a bigger cup the next season. And it's so you keep going. And as you keep going, by the time you reach the 3rd floor, you're on to the league. Bro, if we finish anything above 8, bro, I'm fine with because we're in a rebuild. Like, we are in a rebuild. We've been in this rebuild for 2 years, bro. And we just restarted it again from scratch. We didn't even start it mid. We didn't carry it on. We reset. We hit a hard reset in November, my brother. So tell me, what is different from the last 10 years? Because we've been in two-year rebuilds for 10 years. This is the 6th one. This is number 6. Bro, this is what I've been saying, bro. Caring where we finished in the league in a rebuild, it makes no sense in the first 2-3 unless you're doing it in season 3 or at the end of season 3. It makes no sense because in the first 2 years you're just building a squad that's going to compete in the manager image, and you still have to build that squad in season 3. All the big teams took 1 to 3 seasons to get to a consistent level of success in their rebuilds. All of them, including Chelsea, who spent $1 billion, who had a 45-player squad. But no, United has to do it with the same old shit from 5, 6, 7 years ago, right? Not only that, but you have others who came in and who are not at that level, and you just add a few players to that who are getting infected by them. It's mad, guys. It's mad. Maybe. Brother, this is a disgrace. This guy is part of the fabric of Old Trafford, bro. That was a disgrace that happened. The league hasn't forgotten United, bro, because they need us. Like, bro, people tune into the Premier League. The most people watch Man United. Go check. The highest viewership in the Premier League is Man United games on average. On average, and I'm talking about it's doubled the average viewership of all the other teams combined. Double. Man United is the attraction in the Premier League, my guys. Of course, there are Arsenal fans and Man City fans, but if you add up the Man City fans, Arsenal fans, Newcastle fans, and Liverpool fans, and Spurs fans, the Man United fan base is still bigger, bro. So, I don't know. We definitely need to do some work in the transfer window, bro. We definitely need to do some things. We need to be moving. Of course, Antony is here. We go. So that's one player who's out. You know, so let's see what happens. Of course, there are rumors that Garnacho might be being sold. You know, Napoli set for Garnacho meeting as well. There's another meeting set for this week for Garnacho. So it's very possible if he goes, we might have, 60 to 70 million euros coming in. Who do we buy for that? It's up in the air. They've been talks about possibly, bringing in the likes of Jamie Bino Gittins, but that's going to be a very, very difficult deal to do because, as I would say to you guys, it's not just very difficult. It's going to have a lot of big competition. A lot of teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, even Arsenal are interested in Jamie Bino Gittins. So it's going to be interesting to see if that happens. You know what I mean? There is some interesting news. Man United are reportedly looking at Darwin Núñez as well. Man United are looking at Darwin Núñez as a possible replacement. I don't know how true that is, guys. Would you take Darwin Núñez up front? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say. But what I will say to you guys is thank you so much for joining me this morning. I will be back for the midday call-in show at 1:30 UK. And guys, I hope you have a better morning. You know what I mean? I'm going to have some more of this coffee, getting to a meeting, and then I'm going to be back with you guys shortly. I don't know, bro. I don't know. But what I can tell you is, guys, we need to make some adjustments to this team. But most importantly, guys, we need to back AMORIM above everything else, because we cannot allow the Glazers and these players to throw him under the bus. They've done it to too many managers, guys. Bro, yeah, bro, thank you, bro. I was so pissed off yesterday, bro. I was mad at two things. I was mad at the team, I was mad at the referee. You know I always will remember that the referees will always hate us because most of them grew up on their knees, you know, crying in their cars when Man United was winning everything. You know, so I forget that this is always going to happen to us sometimes, bro. I just didn't expect these guys to do it as blatantly as they do it now. They do it so openly now. It's like they think people are blind. You know what I mean? It's like they're making up the story as they go. It's a weird one. Prozac, I would never need that, bro. I got coffee, you know what I mean? And I got something else, but it's more organic stuff. I don't like too much tablets and things stuff. You know, I'm a Caribbean guy, so we try to do it as organic as possible. So big up to you guys. Try to have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure to have you guys with me, and I hope you guys will help me, because you know what, guys, I'm on the road to 3K, and I can only do it with your help. I need you guys to share this channel around and smash the likes and comment on every video when you have the time, even in the in the non-live section. If you can, it really helps the channel grow. And of course, we want to grow the community to 3,000 subscribers by the end of this month. Can we do it? I can only do it with your help, guys. And I ask you, please help me out. Big up to all of you watching, and please have a great one. I mean, Amsterdam is like not too far, guys. You know what I mean? What can I say?